Hi, I'm Noah with the Pit Barrel Cooker Company. Today I'm going to show you how to do one of the most unbelievable pork shoulders on your pit barrel. What we have here is a 10-pound pork shoulder. As soon as the top part of the shoulder is removed, it then becomes a pork butt or a Boston butt. So that's basically the difference. Either way, regardless of whichever one you get at your store, the way I show you to cook it today is going to be the same. So to cook this pork shoulder on our pit barrel cooker, we're going to need a few things. I'm going to first lightly coat it with olive oil. Then I'm going to put the beef and game pit barrel rub on there. That goes really well with it. And then later on in the cook, when we wrap it in the tin foil, you're going to want to choose a wrapping sauce. I personally like to use one of my favorite beers, which is Colorado Native. It's a lager and it's outstanding. I use about a quarter to half a cup and I pour that around the side, which I'll show. And that's what I use as my wrapping sauce, and works really, really well. First, add some olive oil on, and again, it doesn't have to be real thick. I'm just going to lightly coat this on. We're going to coat both sides. Okay, after we put the olive oil all around it, we're going to give it a nice coat of our beef and game pit barrel rub. You can put a little bit more where the fat area is. Once we have the seasoning on, I'm going to show you the proper way to place the hooks. It will not fall off. What we're going to do is we're going to take this to a temperature of 160. Then we're going to pull it off. We're going to wrap it. We're going to put it back on the grill grate. And from that point, we're going to pull it off at 195. So again, we'll go over all that. Simplest way to do this is you can see where you have basically that bone on the pork shoulders. You usually have that flat bone that goes across there. It's pretty universal. If it's a pork butt or a Boston butt, as long as you get a nice chunk of meat in there, you're good to go. So what I like to do, that section of it right there, I like to take that and just put it right down. So we've got this other little bone sticking out right here. What we're going to do is from right here, I like to take the hook and run it right in there, just like that. You can run it through, right next to it. That's a good way to do it. Same thing on the other side, take it right through so that your rebar is going to go right across here, and that's how we're going to go ahead and take this hook and place it right in there. So we're able to get this nice chunk of meat hung on these hooks just like that. And it won't come off, you don't have to worry about that. Very simple. Now we're ready to go out and hang this pork shoulder on the pit barrel cooker. Absolutely beautiful day out here in Colorado. Couldn't be a better day for cooking on our pit barrel. We're going to go ahead and do it. It's been 20 minutes since I've lit the coals on the pit barrel. As always, doesn't matter what you're cooking, 20 minutes with the lid off, your coals are ready to go. We're ready to put the rods in. Now, even though we're only going to do one pork shoulder today, you could fit two in here, but we're going to use all the rods because, again, the rods act as a ventilation control, and it's all dialed in. Don't have to worry about anything there. Go ahead and set that in there. Now we're ready to hang the pork shoulder. Really easy. Set it right there. And we're all set. It's that easy. Again, don't have to worry about it falling off. We're going to take this pork shoulder to right around 160, and then we're going to pull it off and wrap it. I'll go over that in a little bit. You can see you can hang another one in here or add extra food. Plenty of room in here to put to do a lot of meat. So we'll go ahead and place the lid on. Now I'm going to come back in about 2.5, 3 hours, right around there. Just to get an idea on where we're at as far as temperature, but we're looking for about 160 degrees. Okay, it's been about 3 hours since we've had the pork shoulder hanging in the pit barrel cooker. We're going to go ahead and check for temperature. Again, we're looking for about 160 degrees. I think we're getting pretty close here. So we're right at 154, 155. Okay, we're ready to check temperature again. I actually let it go about 15 minutes longer. Wanted to give it a little bit extra time. I think we're pretty close. We'll see where we're at. Okay. Check right at 159. So we're right where we want to be. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. 1 or 2 degrees isn't going to make a big difference. The easiest way is just to come out just like this with it and take it right out. Okay, the next thing I want to do is take the hooks out. Now be careful, they're probably still a little warm, and we'll go ahead and remove those. Take the sheets of tin foil, bring them right here. I'm going to bring the pork shoulder right onto the center. Actually, you could set it just like this. Notice the fat side I'm going to put down, okay? So just like that, and grab the Colorado Native beer. This is just a really, again, a simple way. We're all about keeping it simple, having a good time, and having really good food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it kind of around it. And I want to just kind of cradle everything in. As far as amount, about 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup. Like that, doesn't have to be fancy. You want to be careful not to poke any holes in the bottom. So that's one thing you do want to be somewhat careful with. You can wrap it up just like that. On the next layer, turn it sideways. Like this. Okay. And we are all set. We have our pork shoulder wrapped. We're ready to put it in the pepperell cooker. Some things we're going to do different now is we're going to put the grill grate in, which also is included in your pepperell, and we're also going to put the rods in the holes. Even though we're not hanging anything, we're still going to put the rods in. That will constrict the flow of air that comes out, and you're still going to get that really good cook in the temperature that we're looking for. So let's go ahead, just like that. We're going to set this right in there like this, placing it in gently so that we don't pop a hole in the tinfoil. Again, we're going to put the rods in. It may not seem like a lot, but it does restrict that flow of air. We are all set. We're going to close the lid, and we are now looking for an internal temperature of 195. Once it reaches 195, we're going to pull it off and then let it rest. Okay, I'm ready to check the pork shoulder. I've let another hour go by for a total cook time. Right now we're about 4 hours and 15 minutes. We'll kind of see where we're at. Again, we're looking for 195. So we're right now at a temperature about 172 is where we're at after additional hour of it being wrapped. So we're going to continue to let it go. I'm going to let it go another half an hour, come out and check temperature. And okay, we've let another half an hour go by. We're going to check our pork shoulder. The time right now, it's been a total of 4 hours and 45 minutes of cook time, and you can just kind of get an idea. And once you get an idea of how your cooker works, and you know, temperature, time, and elevation mostly, you'll kind of have it down, and it's pretty consistent throughout. So let's take a look. Okay, right now we're at about just coming up on 180, so it's climbing right along and we're looking good. Let it go another half an hour and we'll check it again. Okay, it's been another half an hour. We're now at about 5 hours and 15 minutes. We'll go ahead and check temperature. And we're right at about 185. So we're moving right along. We're looking good here. Going to go ahead and put the lid back on and check it again in a half an hour. Okay, again, half an hour has gone by. We're now at 5 hours and 45 minutes. We should be really close in the ballpark. Last time it was... That's perfect. We are at 196 right now, and that's right where we want to be. So that's perfect. That's right where we want to be. We're going to go ahead and pull it off. Go ahead and remove the rods. So I've let the pork shoulder rest, still wrapped inside the tinfoil. I've let it rest for about 30 minutes. You can go longer, shorter, totally up to you. And I just want to stress, a lot of people make the mistake of not letting meat rest long enough. They take it right off the grill or their cooker, smoker, and they want to cut right into it. Let the meat rest. You'll have much better results and you'll enjoy it so much more. Let's go ahead and open this up and see how it looks. Go ahead and set this off to the side here. Be careful. Where it all counts right here, and you should be able to just pull that bone literally right out. You can see how that just came out. This all will just pull right away. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can do more of a pulled method and do that, and you can see just how tender and juicy this is. You can see a nice ring right across there. There you have it, folks. Absolutely delicious and so simple. That wraps it up for doing pork shoulder on your pepperell cooker. As you can see, it's so easy to do, and the results you get are really amazing, folks. If you have any questions, you can contact us directly, or you can go to our website at pepperellcooker.com. Thanks for watching.